10 are left. Gas is moving. 4 targets are still out there. Enemy UAV overhead. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Gas is inbound. You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. This is your last chance. Finish the job. Oh, good work. That is how you do it.
I know 9 kills isn't anything crazy, but I just wanted to showcase you guys that one I got using the settings I'm about to show you guys. But pretty much I'm going to be showing you guys the best settings to use after the latest update. Some of you guys have been asking me for a settings video after the latest Warzone video, which you guys seem to really enjoy. So if you guys are new, for more Warzone video, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like to show your support, and also subscribe if you are new to the channel. Turn on notifications, road to 20k. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the settings. Alright, so I'm only going to be covering important settings that actually have an effect on how you play. There's a couple of settings that don't really matter, so if you see me skipping over some settings, that's why. Alright, so for the first 2 settings, we have pretty much the main settings. We have the button layout and then the layout preset. Both of them I would suggest to leave on default. If you do want to use anything else, I mean, I don't think you want to take the time to actually get used to something different, so definitely use the default. Although if you do see something different, you can use that, but I don't see a reason to waste time trying to get used to another layout. So both of these keep on default. Then for the vertical look, make sure it's on disabled. In all my years of playing Call of Duty since like 2010, 2011, I haven't met one person that actually has vertical look enabled, so make sure you guys do have this disabled. And then for the horizontal and vertical sensitivity, these are a bit flexible. I have them both set on 8. But if you do like a higher sensitivity, I would say maximum go with 10. I wouldn't say go more than 10. So 8 to 10 would probably be good. I'm good with 8 for now. I might try to push up to 9 and see how it feels for a couple of days, but for now I have it set on 8. And then this one's really important. The aim response curve type, make sure it's on standard because it's gonna mess you up when you play other Call of Duties, because I don't think any other Call of Duty has this setting. So make sure it's set to standard. You do not want to change this, trust me. And then for controller vibration, make sure it's disabled. I think on default it might be enabled. Don't quote me on that, I might be mistaken, but make sure you have it disabled. Trust me, when I first played Call of Duty, it was enabled for me and it did mess me up when I was in gunfights. So if you do have it enabled, make sure you disable it. Trust me, it's literally a game changer. It's gonna feel super different and it's not gonna mess you up while you're in gunfights. Back in like Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2, this would mess me up so many times and I didn't even know there was a setting to change it. And then aim assist, make sure it's on standard. Make sure you guys do have slide behavior set to tap. Apparently all the pros actually use tap, so you can like slide cancel and have your weapon out. out as soon as you cancel the slide. And then besides that, pretty much everything is set to default. So let's go in general now. Alright, so over the course of the last couple of years I've been doing YouTube, on my videos and streams, a lot of you guys have been asking me, Hakiii, how does your game look so colorful? And pretty much this has nothing to do with the game or my Xbox overall. This has to do with my recording software. This is not sponsored, but I do use the Elgato HD60. There are settings where you could change your contrast, your brightness, your saturation, and my saturation essentially is what gets my game super colorful. Make sure you got the film grain turned to 0. So as you guys saw, it was on 0.25 for me, which is the default one. So make sure you guys have it on 0. As you can see on the pictures on the right, it shows you how the gameplay would look with film grain on. So as you can see, it's gonna make your gameplay look really like fuzzy and stuff like that. So make sure you do have it set on 0. And also same thing with the world and weapon motion blur. You can see on the right, it shows you guys it's gonna make your gameplay look really fuzzy. So make sure you guys have both of those disabled. And then for the minimap shape, I would recommend you guys have it on round, just because as you can see, the minimap is a bit smaller and you can see more of the actual gameplay. I guess if you wanted to see a little bit more of the map, I guess you can go with the square, but personally I do want to see a little bit more of the gameplay itself. If I want to see the entire map, I would click start and then look at the map itself. But this is pretty much personal preference right here, honestly. Now heading into audio, the audio mix, you do want to have it on boost high. I did actually switch to this fairly recently, but I heard from other people who have been using it for quite a while that it's actually a little bit easier to hear footsteps with this audio mix on. So definitely go with the boost high. And then for master volume, I did turn it down a lot because for some reason this game is super loud in my headset. This game just ear rapes me like a ton, and I would even recommend having this as low as like 5 or 10, but I did 30, so it's still a little bit loud. I might have to turn it down a little bit still. I definitely wouldn't recommend having it more than like 30 or 40, so definitely have it relatively low. And then on music volume, make sure it's at about 20. Honestly, I know a lot of people that get really annoyed from the music, so a lot of people have it set to 0, but it doesn't bother me that much, so I usually have it set on like 15 to 20. And just like the master volume, same thing with the effects volume, make sure it's not set to anything above 50, or it's just gonna be super loud for some unknown reason. I don't know why this game is super loud. Like, it's a lot louder than other Call of Duties I've played in the past. And now for the hit marker sound effects, I actually really appreciate Activision for putting this in the game. This is a really creative setting that I don't think was in any past Call of Duty. I have it personally set on classic. I think this is the classic hit marker sound from like back in like Modern Warfare and like the past Black Ops games, and it sounds really nice. You can put it on Modern Warfare. Honestly, I like both of these a lot. Obviously you can't turn it off, but I mean, I love the hit marker sound effects. I don't see why you would have it turned off. So personally, I really like both of these sounds, but I had to go with the classic. For me, the classic is the all-time best hit marker sound, so nothing can top it. I like the classic more, but once again, it's really up to you on which sound you like better. But those are pretty much all of the settings I wanted to go over in this video. Let me know if this did help you out after you guys play for a couple of days now. I really do think if you guys do change to these settings, it's gonna make your gameplay experience a lot better, but let me know. Anyway though, once again, drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, join the notification squad as well. Road to 20k. Anyway though, this has been Hakiii. Have a good rest of your day, and peace.